listen, my younger self was out of control. That girl, I do not know her. I do not associate with that girl. She was freaking crazy. Younger me was tripping. She was on something. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a little bit of a while. We're gonna get into some questions. I posted a poll on my Instagram. Well, not a poll, but like a little question box. You guys hit me with some questions. I pulled some from Google too. And so we're gonna get into them. They're really fun. And before we get into that though, make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you give this video a big old thumbs up. And if you're not following me on Instagram, we've been through this. If you watch my other videos, we've had this conversation. Make sure you go follow me on Instagram. That's where I post the most during the week. So yeah, let's get into the questions. Okay, so first question I got was, what made you start a YouTube channel? So I started my YouTube channel like three years ago, and I have always, like, since I was a little girl, I've always been like had a love for the camera. I've always loved being on camera. I used to go to auditions for Disney Channel when I was a kid. I used to go to like TV auditions, like modeling auditions, all of that when I was like really little, like 10. And I actually got one of those. I got one of the auditions for like Disney, Nickelodeon, like the whole network. I did not go through with it because it's a long story. Basically, like my mom wouldn't let me. But there's more to the story than that. But like if it were up to me, I would have done it. And yeah, so I love being on camera. Like it just clicks for me. I don't know if you guys like see that, but it's just like I love it. Like you guys, me and you through the camera, like we got this. I love being on camera. But yeah, so like I just love having like a space where I can share part of myself with you guys. Like if you follow me on Instagram, you see like I post a lot, whether it's like pictures of me or just like videos of stuff I'm doing throughout the week. But like this is a space where I can just authentically be myself with you guys, and it's a good time. By the way, guys, before we keep going, my nails are busted. Don't look at me like that, because we're in quarantine, so I have an excuse, okay? They will not be like this next time, I promise. Okay, so next question. Somebody asked, why did you stop making videos? So like I said, I started 3 years ago and then I stopped. I was in such a terrible, like when I say terrible, I mean like low down, like in the mud, bottom of my shoe, like terrible space, mentally, emotionally, physically. And I like needed to go through a time where I could heal from that. Like I needed to get myself right before I could like share myself with anybody else, like you guys, before I could like come on here and make videos and be like happy and blah blah. Like I was not in a good space, and I feel like people could maybe feel that through the screen. Yeah, I needed to take a break, get myself right. It also, like when I started my channel then, it wasn't the right time for me. Now's the right time. But like even then, you guys, if you guys knew what my YouTube setup looked like back then, I only had like a little Canon camera. I would stack up a bunch of pillows and I would put the camera on top of the pillow. I would press record, run around, because my camera at the time didn't have like the flip screen where you can see yourself. So I would press record, run around, make sure, like get in position. I wouldn't know if I was in position right or if it was blurry, not blurry, because like I couldn't see myself. It was not a good time. Like it was not a good time, and it was not the right time. And now feels like the right time. Like I have a whole setup for my like YouTube stuff. I, like fixed or got myself together, like mentally, dealt with all my like demons and stuff. And I'm in a better space now. Like we're good. Someone asked me, do you think soulmates are really a thing? Okay, so yes. I don't think the topic of soulmates is the kind of thing where you can be like, oh, like that might be real, who knows? Like, do you believe in them? I don't think you can believe in soulmates because it's like a thing. Like it's not something you can choose to believe. That's like saying like, do you believe the sky is blue? Well, it is, so you can't like, it's not something you believe, it's just something that is. So I do believe in soulmates. I feel like the most common misconception about soulmates is that there's only one, when like we have multiple soulmates that we enter into this life with. And I do think that everybody has like that one soulmate that they're supposed to like partner with and go through life with. But do we just have one? Nah, like you have friend soulmates, you have like romantic, you have platonic soulmates, you have romantic soulmates, you have family soulmates. Like you have different kinds of soulmates in this lifetime. Like I have a friend soulmate. I've had a romantic soulmate. So like there are multiple types of soulmates in this lifetime. The thing about soulmates though, let me tell you, because the one thing I notice people do the most is like abuse the concept of soulmates and use that as an excuse to stay in a crappy relationship. Let's roll that back, because like stop using the concept of soulmates as a reason to stay with somebody who's crappy. Like why are you doing that? Literally, like the universe isn't going to give you your true soulmate and your true life partner if you're constantly messing with somebody that is not for you. Period. So yes, soulmates are real. Yes, people abuse the concept of soulmates. But yeah, I think everybody has multiple ones, but everyone also has like that one true soulmate. Someone said, would you ever audition for The Bachelor? Fun story. I actually have auditioned for The Bachelor. I will not say when I did that. I will not say anything more on that, but TBD. That's all I'm going to say. Is all fair in love and war? Woo! Ciao. Is all fair in love and war? Here's the thing, like you cannot control matters of the heart. So do I think all's fair in love and war? Yeah, I do. I think it has to be. I mean, yes. Look, you cannot control matters of the heart. I hate this saying so much, that the saying I'm about to say, I hate this so much, but the heart wants what the heart wants. Period. Like you can't control how you feel. You cannot control your emotions where love is involved. So yes, all is fair in love and freaking war. I also think that the universe aligns us with people for a reason. I don't know if that applies. That might not even make sense. But so yeah, that's why I think all is fair. Like if somebody's heart is involved in a situation, then that's just how it is. You can't be. I feel like the only people that are like that don't think all is fair in love and war are like people who might be in a crappy situation and like bitter about it. But it's just how it is. All right, next question is, do I have any tattoos? I do. I have one tattoo of an anchor on my wrist. I got it the summer between freshman year and sophomore year of college. And I got it as a symbol of every single thing in my life that I've gone through that has kind of like weighed me down or that has been an obstacle for me. And I got it as a reminder of like, you have been through these things and every single time you got through it. Every single time. So like no matter how heavy the weight is or no matter how heavy the anchor is in your life, like you always swim back to the top. And some people are like, that's so stupid. Like I remember my aunt one time was like, why do you have a tattoo of an anchor? And I told her like exactly what I just told you guys. And she was like, that makes no sense. I was like, okay, well I guess I'm just a dumb bitch then. Like I guess I'm just a freaking idiot. Ooh, okay, this is my favorite question. And it's, are you an introvert or an extrovert? What do you guys think? Like, do you think I'm an introvert or an extrovert? I'm gonna let you guys answer it. I know what I am, but I want you guys to tell me in the comments below, do you think I'm an introvert or do you think I'm an extrovert? And then what are you? Are you an introvert or are you an extrovert? This will be fun. I feel like you guys are gonna get I think you guys are gonna guess wrong. But it's okay, I wanna see what you guys have to say. Okay, and then the next question is, were you named after anyone? I was not like named after anyone, but like one, I have a pretty common name, and then two, when I was younger, people always used to be like, oh, like your name's Chelsea, like Chelsea Clinton. I'd be like, but people would say to me all the time, like, oh, you're named after Chelsea Clinton. Like, my name is so common, like no. But even when I met Bill Clinton when I was younger, like I must have been like 6 or so. And like when I was a kid, I was obsessed with him. Like I loved Bill Clinton, which is weird. Like who's obsessed with the president when they're a kid, right? But I was obsessed with him. And when I met him, he like shook my hand and was like, oh, like what's your name? And I was like, oh, my name's Chelsea. And he was like, oh, my daughter's name is Chelsea. And I was like, I was such a little freak when I was that age. I literally tried so hard to not wash my hand ever again because I was like, this is the hand that Bill Clinton shook. And I think I lasted like 4 days before I accidentally washed my hands. And I like forgot that I was supposed to not be washing them. Weird and gross, but valid. Okay, and then next question is, what is your favorite drink? I do not drink alcohol, so my favorite non-alcoholic drink is there's like this lemon ginger drink that I get from Wegmans. I don't know if you guys have that in like your area, wherever you're watching from, but it's like this lemon ginger drink, and it is so refreshing. It's like a natural cleanser too. It is so good. I have one of those like once a week or as often as I can. They're so good. Like now I'm thinking about them. I'm about to go have one after this video. Okay, so the next question is, what would you name your kids? So when I was younger, I had this all planned out. I had like my kids' names. Twins run in my family, so my mom's a twin, my uncles are twins, my mom's twin sister had twins, so it's a big thing in our family. So like I planned baby names for twins, and I don't know anymore like what I want to name my kids. Because my taste has changed. So I honestly have no idea. Like I always really liked Jamie for a boy only. Like I loved that name. Just Jamie. I think it's so cute. And then for a girl growing up, I still like Jamie for a boy, by the way. I still like that. I don't know if I'm gonna name my kid that, but I really like it. And then I used to really like Elena when I was younger. I love the name Elena. Yes, I blame Vampire Diaries for that. But I probably won't name my kid that anymore. And then when I was really young, I really liked Mila Rose, like Mila Rose. I really liked that. Don't like that name anymore. Won't be naming my kid that. I don't know. The only name I can say I definitely like is Jamie for a boy. I also really like boy names for girls. Like I love when a girl is named like Billy or Ryan. I love Ryan. I love Jordan for girls. Like I love boy names for girls. So I don't know. Chris is cute too, like Kris Jenner, like that's cute. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. What advice would you give to your younger self? Girl, this is the one. This is the question of the video. This is the question of the freaking year. What advice would I give to my younger self? Listen, my younger self was out of control. That girl, I do not know her. I do not associate with that girl. She was freaking crazy. But advice I would give to her. Oh, there's so many different things. Okay, I'm gonna give you three things I would say to my younger self. One, I don't know. Okay, one, a breakup is not the end of the world. I think I would say that, and I think a lot of girls struggle with that, no matter what age they are. Like, girls struggle with really, really painful breakups. And I was at a point once where I literally thought it was the end of the world. I could have swore my life was freaking over. Like it was the most painful thing I've ever been through to date. And yeah, I think and every girl hears that all the time. Oh, like there's other fish in the sea. You'll get over it. There'll be someone new. But like really though, seriously, there really will be somebody else. Like there's so many fish in the sea. Don't get so caught up in your bubble of emotions that you don't see or at least know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, because there is. You will not be in your bed crying over that boy forever. Like that, best advice ever. And then 2, take your time in life. Don't take too much time, but take your time. Just take your time. Don't beat yourself up for moving at the pace that you're moving at, but also like don't not move at all, So just take your time in life. It's not a race. There's no rush. Everybody moves at the pace that works for them. Remember that. That's what I would tell myself, because younger me was tripping. She was on something. I don't know what it was, but I don't want it ever again. What is the farthest you've been from home? Australia. I went to Australia in 2017, Sydney specifically. It was a pretty fun trip, but it's also Australia's interesting. It was an okay trip. I don't know. It was oh my god, the flight was so long. I think I aged like 10 years on that flight. Seriously, like I want my life back. Like that flight was so long. We flew into Hong Kong and then from Hong Kong to Sydney. We had a 7 hour layover on the way to Australia and then we had no layover on the way back. I think that's like a 28-hour flight or something like that. Girl, that is the longest trip. That's the longest trip I've ever been on. Australia has some really beautiful stuff there, like their zoo. Everyone asks me like, "Oh, what was the best part?" Or like, "What should I do when I go?" Girl, you have to go to the freaking zoo. Like, I know it's like people feel how they feel about zoos. That's fair. The only reason I say go to the zoo is because it's on a private island. You can only get there by boat, and then there's a what's it called? There are like cable cars that can take you up to the top of the island, and when you're in the cable cars you're like riding over elephants. It literally feels like you're in the jungle. Like it's, god, that zoo is incredible. It's one of the best and least disgusting and sad zoos that I've seen. Like it's a really, it, like I said, it's on an island. You feel like you're in the jungle. It's amazing. And like the kangaroo exhibit, like you go in and you walk around with them. There's no like barrier between you and the kangaroos. You're literally, I could be like this close to I could be like this close to a kangaroo. It's so sick. That was my favorite part of the whole trip. And then the other part, we did like this hike, this like scenic hike through like a bunch of beaches. I think that was like I might be exaggerating. It was like 3 or 5 hours. It was incredible though. So yeah, Sydney. It's if you're a person of color, be careful. There's a lot of I mean, there's racism everywhere, but there's a lot there, and it's a different kind of racism. So if you're gonna go, be careful. But it's fun. It's saving somebody's life. Hope that's over. Okay, cool. Anyways, yeah, it's an interesting place. What was the last thing you ate? I'll post a video of it here. I posted on my Instagram. I had like blackened salmon and shrimp grits and fried lobster from this restaurant. If you're from the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, it's called Milk and Honey Cafe. It's like a brunch type of spot. It's black owned. It is amazing. Like if I could hug a restaurant, I would. I really would. That place is so bomb. This was my first time there today. I waited an hour for that food for takeout, and it was worth it. It's so good. It's always packed. Order online if you want to try it out. But yeah, so the lobster was fried, the salmon was blackened, the shrimp was brown, like the sauce was amazing. It was just 10/10. Milk and Honey, 10 out of 10. What is the first thing you notice about people? I feel like everybody knows how to answer this question. Like everyone's like, oh, I always notice eyes first, or I always notice smile first, or like I always notice feet or height or whatever. And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know what I notice. I just like look at you. It's like I don't know. I'm not like, oh, eyes or like smile or hair or whatever. I don't know. Maybe height. I feel like maybe height might be like like if you're really really tall, I'll notice that. Yeah, I could maybe height. I don't know. Everyone's got this question all figured out. Does that mean I don't have my life together? Because I don't know. Is that what this means? Things you can't leave the house without. Phone, for sure, and my cards and my ID. That's it. And lip gloss. Give me my phone and my money and my lip gloss and I'm good. I don't need anything else. Clothes, does that count? What book am I reading right now? So I saw this book on Twitter about like women's health and like women's bodies and like your womb, and like how to be healthier. It's called Sacred Woman: A Guide to Healing the Feminine Body, Mind, and Spirit by Queen Afuja. I don't know if I'm saying that wrong, but it is an incredible book. If you are a woman, and even if you're a man, hey, no gender bias here, you're welcome to. even if you're a woman or a man, whatever. This book is incredible. It teaches you how to like nourish and feed your body and also feed your mind. What foods to stay away from, what's good, what's bad, etc. Like I am pescatarian, so I do not eat meat, chicken, pork, beef. I do not eat any of that. I eat fish, seafood, and like veggies, fruits, whatever. I don't do dairy. And I got this book, and she was saying that fish is like not good for you. And like obviously like shrimp is like the worst thing you could eat. Not worse than like meat, but like shrimp is one of the worst seafoods you can eat because it's like literally like roaches of the sea. Which I knew, but like to read it, I was kind of like, but I like shrimp. But she was saying like fish is not good for you, and I was like, damn. So do I have to go vegan? Like I don't want to do that. But so I might be going vegan, guys, based off this book. It is incredible. She gave me a lot of really good tips to like just get a healthier body. I'm really into that. I just want to be like healthy mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. That's also why I don't drink. I just love how I feel sober. Like I love being sober. I love feeling clean. It's to the point now where when I do drink, I hate how I feel. Like I hate feeling out of control of my body. I hate feeling like my mind is like clouded. And she talks about alcohol in the book too. She also talks about like your period cycles, and like it should not, like basically saying that like it should not be longer than 3 to 4 days. You should not be experiencing like crazy cramps, all of that. And I'm like, girl, I have all of that. Like I have really bad cramps. I did get my period down from like 7 to 8 days to like 4, which is really great. But yeah, so this book talks all about that, like all the things that you're doing that are not good for your body. Like I highly recommend this book, period. Like go on Amazon. I got it on Amazon. Open up your Amazon app. Another Amazon plug. Open up your Amazon app. Go ahead and get this book. It'll be at your house in like 2 days, maybe one day. Get it. Favorite clothing brand. So don't be assholes, okay? My ultimate favorite clothing brand is probably, and I feel like I'm gonna mess up the name so bad. I speak French fluently, and it's a French designer. I'm probably gonna mess up the name. Don't come for me in the comments, but my favorite clothing brand is Jacquemus. Jacquemus. I think it's Jacquemus, but yeah, he's my favorite designer. Not even just like the clothing brand itself and just everything about it. I love the like, it's very, and he draws all his inspiration from like the countryside of France and like that whole summer vibe and like pastel colors and like just the whole spring summer vibe. I freaking love everything he designs so much. But not only do I love the brand, I just love him. Like I love everything about him. He's such a like happy little bean and such a like bright little flower in life. Like I love him. Like his aura is so yellow to me. Clearly I'm a fan. I love him. I love his work. I love his brand. I love everything about it. Definitely my favorite. Absolutely. And yeah, that's it. Those are all the questions. Those are all the questions I have for you guys today. It is late. It is freaking 10:30. I started getting ready for this video at like 6. And it was one of those days where I was just like, I'm going to take my time with my makeup. I'm doing a different shadow look. I never do color. The only time you will see me doing color is when it's like pink. And that is like once a year. Like I do not do color on my eyes. But I was like, let's have some fun with it. Maybe it's the full moon energy, like giving me a push of like creativity or something. But I probably won't do this again because it's really not my vibe. But anyways, yeah, it took me like forever to get ready for this video. It's 10:30. I'm about to go make some tea and edit this video and then go to bed. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Thank you for sending me questions if you did. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for subscribing. If you didn't, go do it now. Thank you for liking this video, and make sure you leave a comment. Let me know if you're introverted or extroverted? Okay? Let me know in the comments below. This has been fun. I can't wait to see you guys on the next video. And thank you for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe. All right, thanks, guys. I will catch you later.